Is there a hidden agenda behind the Toronto Maple Leafs' recent captaincy change? Rumors are swirling that the organization might have attempted to orchestrate a trade request from one of their top players. If true, this could be a game changer for the franchise. Let's take a closer look at this controversial move and what it signals for the team's future. Be sure to subscribe and like this video so you won't miss any crucial updates on the Leafs. Did the Toronto Maple Leafs try to set up John Tavares to demand a trade? That's the big question floating around after Nick Kypreos brought this idea to the forefront on the Real Kuiper and Born podcast. He suggested that the Leafs might have strategically stripped Tavares of his captaincy, hoping it would provoke him into asking for a trade. It's a bold claim, but let's unpack this a bit. Kypreos posited that by giving the captaincy to Austin Matthews, the Leafs were trying to trigger Tavares' ego. The thought process here is that if Tavares felt slighted enough, he might waive his no-movement clause and facilitate a trade, allowing the team to shake things up as they've publicly expressed a desire for change. But here's the kicker. Tavares saw through this alleged ploy and handled it with grace. He didn't demand a trade or throw a tantrum. Instead, he supported Matthews during the press conference. Talk about taking the high road. Now, I have to commend Tavares for his attitude. If it were me, I might have reacted differently, feeling the sting of losing the captaincy. But Tavares appears to have swallowed his pride and is focused on his game, which is commendable, especially considering he's playing for what might be one of his last big contracts. He's looked energized on the ice, fitting well into a solid second-line role. It seems like a weight has been lifted off his shoulders, and he's channeling that into his performance. However, let's not gloss over the reality of the situation. The leadership change was significant, and while it may not have been the best decision for Tavares' ego, it certainly raises questions about his future with the Leafs. As much as he's a local guy and wants to be a part of this team, the harsh truth is that the Leafs might not keep all four of their core players beyond this season unless they win the Stanley Cup. That's a tall order, and as fans, we have to face the possibility that Tavares could be on the move sooner rather than later. Looking ahead, it appears the Leafs might make a lowball offer as a courtesy when it comes to contract negotiations. This begs the question, will Tavares even want to stay if things continue down this path? The front office has some tough decisions to make, and the impact on the team's future is enormous. As fans, we're left wondering how these moves affect our chances this season and beyond. So, where does that leave us? I honestly believe the Leafs are in a tricky spot. They need to balance team dynamics, player morale, and the fans' expectations. Are they making the right moves? I'm torn on this. On one hand, I want to trust the management to steer the ship correctly, but on the other hand, the recent decisions have raised more questions than answers. And you, what do you think? Do you believe this leadership change was the right call? Can Tavares truly thrive in this environment? Or is it time for a fresh start elsewhere? I want to hear your thoughts. Let's get this conversation going in the comments below. Before you go, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with fellow Leafs fans, and subscribe to the channel for all the latest updates. You don't want to miss any of the action as the season unfolds. And remember to activate the notification bell so you're always in the loop. Let's keep the passion alive. And here's to hoping for a successful season ahead.